Are you somebody that struggles with self-discipline? Whether that's poor organization, procrastination, or lack of motivation, then this video is the one for you. Literally, I went to Japan and I must tell you, my mind is blown. Such a beautiful country, amazing things that I experienced. One thing that stood out to me was how disciplined they are as individuals. You feel what I'm saying to you? When they say, yeah, you become a product of your environment, Japan is set up for you to be disciplined, because the way that things are in place and the way that people move as individuals, even me, like I was just following things, like I was becoming more disciplined, more organized. I was doing things in a particular way, and that's just by being in that space. It's set up for you to be disciplined. It's set up for you to be organized. It's set up for you to be structured. It's set up for you to get things done. You feel what I'm saying? And in this video, I'm going to be sharing how you also can get things done. So if you're struggling with self-discipline, by the end of this video, you're going to be able to keep moving forward, yeah? Let's get into this. What's going on? My name is Christopher Daniels, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about how you can build that Japanese-like discipline. You feel me? First and foremost, I must say, hey, you see this hat here? I was walking around Japan everywhere, and I was like, everyone has their own unique style, their flavor. You feel what I'm saying to you? And this is one thing that I picked out. I was like, hey, I love when I saw the bucket. I was just like, hey, I feel that. I saw it in a shop. I decided to, hey, let me pick this one up. Let me try it on. I tried it on. I'm like, this suits me. So I slapped it on, you know, and I just made a patch there and then. And that's the reason why I'm slapping this on right now. Tribute to the Japanese and the bucket hat. When we're talking about discipline, let's get into it. Tip number one is follow the rules. You feel what I'm saying? Everywhere I went in Japan, like there's rules in place and they were just following the rules, you know? There's so many countries, yeah? That sounds like a basic one. There's so many countries and so many places in the world where we just do what we want. I'm from London and I've witnessed this in this country, and I've traveled other places. I've witnessed it over there. In London in particular, like for example, that we just do what we want more times out of 10. You feel, if we can get away with it, we'll try our luck. But in Japan, they're not like that. They don't try their luck. There's rules in place and they follow the rules, and that's the thing that makes the difference. Like I remember like going on the subway, and I'm just seeing like everyone is just so level-headed. You get what I'm saying to you? They're just doing their own thing, whether they're doing a crossword, whether they're on their phones, just watching their phone, whatever video they're watching, I don't know, anime or whatever else it may be. Like they're just doing their own thing, you know? You don't see people talking on the phone, like because there's a rule that says no talking on the phone, and they follow that. And that's one thing that I've noticed that makes a difference. How many times do I make a rule for myself and break that rule? You get me? I've made so many rules and I've broken it. I said, hey, I'm gonna wake up at this time, and I've not woken up at that time, and that makes an effect. There's a ripple that happens where I say, hey, I'm gonna shoot a video at this time, and then I don't shoot a video at that time. And again, ripple effect. You got what I'm saying to you? Everything that you do, there is a ripple effect. And if you're able to embody this self-discipline where you can say, all right, I'm gonna make a rule for myself and I'm gonna stick with that rule is gonna take you to where you need to be. You know, you put rules in place that are gonna, of course, that are in line with wherever you're moving. So for example, I have a rule where it says, all right, cool, I'm gonna shoot this amount of videos a week, and then for me, if I don't get that done, I'll know there's gonna be a ripple. You know what I'm saying to you? So all it is about staying and honoring your word. If you don't honor your word, everything is gonna be shambolic in your life. You know what I'm saying to you? But once you start honoring your word, say that you're gonna do something, see it as a rule. I'm gonna wake up at 6 o'clock. That's a rule that I got in place. Or you can phrase it however you want. I'm gonna stick with my word. I'm gonna honor my word, yeah? So if you honor your word, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a big ripple. That's one thing that was consistent everywhere I went in Japan. Like people just honor their word, and when they honor their word, or shall I say follow the rules, everything happens so smoothly. So that's the first thing I wanna share with you about what I learned in Japan. Secondly, regardless of who's watching, do what you need to do. Forget about the eyes that are on you. Like, just do it, you know? If you know that you need to do something and you feel like, oh, I need this person around to be able to do it, or you work harder when people are in the space, you're already losing. You gotta do things as if nobody's watching. One thing that I saw was that there was a rule in place that said, it wasn't even a rule, obviously it is a rule. I was about to cross the road, the light was red, there was no cars coming, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. And there was a guy that stood next to me, the light's red, he just stood there, he's following the rules, you know, he's honoring the word of the country, you feel what I'm saying to you? And it's like, nobody was watching, but he still did what was the right, you know what I'm saying to you? And that's another thing that you gotta do when you're building that discipline. And I don't know if there was a rule in place that, you know, there's jaywalking in some countries, so maybe that was in place, I do not know. And that might have been why he stood there. For me, bruv, I just went, you know what I'm saying to you? I'm from London, man. We just move how we wanna move more times out of 10. But I realized that that's where it is. Regardless of anyone's watching or not, you still gotta do what you said you were going to do. And like, I can think about many times in my life where I'm like, alright, cool, no one's watching, like I'm in the gym, I'm doing a workout, let me slack off a little bit, let me not go this hard on that rep, let me just chill a little bit. If somebody's in the room, even if they know me or they don't know me, like more times out of 10, it's like, alright, cool, I'm doing this, let me do it properly, otherwise I'm gonna look this way or that way. And it's like, hey, regardless of anyone that's watching or not, you know what needs to be done, so do it and do it properly. Doing things properly, regardless of if you have eyes on you or not, is gonna be a game changer. And it's gonna be able to change many things in your life, you get me? Nobody was watching, but he still did what he needed to do. And that's one thing that I'm gonna embody, and I need you to, I would like for you to embody that. And if you do embody that, I'm telling you now, there's gonna be big changes, yeah, in your life, you know? The changes are coming, you feel what I'm saying to you? And those are like the two things that stood out to me. And other than that, just everywhere I went, yeah, people just had respect to they move in a certain way. And it was like, this is why, you know, this is why that discipline is in order. Doesn't matter who's watching, and if there's a rule in place, they follow the rules. And that's the only two things that you need. That's it, those two things. If you stick with that, you honor your word, follow the rules, and do things regardless of if anyone's watching or not, then I'm telling you, there's gonna be a drastic change in your life, and it's coming. That's it. There's no two ways about it. Imagine, yeah, you're in a space by yourself and you can just get things done automatic. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking this guy's watching or that guy's watching. You just do it. Do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You do things for you. And once you do things for you, you're not doing it for the man on the left or the man on the right. You're doing it because you said so, because you're honoring your word. The change is there already. So make sure that you incorporate these things in your life. Yeah? Don't stress, don't panic, just incorporate. If you enjoy this video, make sure that you do subscribe, leave a like, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the future videos, yeah? Other than that, I will see you again shortly. Blessings.